Whew. All right, checking in with everybody. So it's my first run since the Houston Marathon. It's Saturday, January 29th. Yeah, we're clocking a little over 10 miles today. Snuck on the F3 half marathon course. Saw a bunch of my Sherry running friends. Shout out to Tom, Blake, James, Mark, and Joy. For those that I didn't see, I hope you guys had a good run. Well, I guess I'll make this kind of like a summary recap for what things that happened in the last couple of weeks. So, the Houston Marathon went really well. You know, it's very cold. If you didn't see my race video, please check it out. But overall, it went really well. Felt great. The only thing that happened was cramping in the last 2 miles, but you know, overall, I never wore more than 3 layers on a race before, so that was kind of new. But just start with my heart rate plan, and it worked out very well. I think some things to work on to kind of put it all together for future marathons is I didn't bring salt tabs or salt with me. I just was hoping my strength training would take over, which frankly it kind of did. I've been New York to Chicago. It was cramping, maybe weather related, maybe course related. But yeah, the strength training really helped. Even when it started settling in, I was still able to keep up a pretty decent pace. So definitely need to continue that, even do some weightlifting. Mostly it was calisthenics that I did, but you know, I think that will work out pretty well for the future. And I think for the next time, bring salt tabs, and I think I'm gonna try to bring some of there's like an herbal over-the-counter quinine that I think might also work for me, so I'll have to remember that for my next marathon, whenever that will be. So as far as marathons go, probably not going to happen anytime soon. As some of you already know, we're expecting a baby girl later this spring, so we're very excited about that. And of course, family comes first, and family will be the focus. But Grace and I are looking to make one final trip, so I think what we're gonna do is try to see if we can get into New York, and so I'm gonna register for the half marathon for New York City through Team 10 days. So that should be a lot of fun. So if you guys are around, I'd love to hang out with you guys. It'll be a short trip, but honestly I think, you know, even since the pandemic happened, we have not really took an extended vacation, so I think this will really, it's actually going to be the first trip with Zach in a while, in the last 2 years, so that's the plan. You know, pending Omicron 2 doesn't happen. So we'll see. But yeah, that's my update. So hope to see you guys soon. Otherwise, you know, I think as far as YouTube videos go, I really just want to make content that is not too regular where it stresses me out. But things like I would want to rewatch. You know, I like race videos, but frankly, I'm not going to race every week. So, but maybe an update video here and there is good, as long as it's somewhat engaging, I figure. So, yeah, the YouTube thing's kind of an experiment, but I think video does a better job these days of capturing what real life feels like, remembering the good times, you know. So I think for Zach, or you know, when he grows older, he can watch these. Even me, I like watching these. So, you know, I think, like, you know, it's kind of like reminds me of when for this Taiwanese American camp Tang. It reminds me of slideshows and just looking back and being able to remember the good times. You know, obviously there's bad times, or downer times, or negative times. You know, that was like the case for Houston. It was very stressful, but it doesn't mean like I regret training, work getting crazy and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's sort of part of life, the ebbs and flows, the roller coaster that it is. So, but I think these videos, they help me to keep things in a positive perspective. So I think that's why I want to continue doing them, is because it's a way for me to, you know, keep positive. You know, I think it would have been easy to be like, I mean, for sure the Houston training was the hardest thing I've ever had to do, which sounds crazy because I ran back-to-back marathons 4 weeks from each other, so you think that would be brutal, but actually Houston was definitely the toughest time. It was during the holidays. We had to peak training. It was during Omicron. We had significant short staffing, drug shortages at the pharmacy, so a lot of hard work on multiple ends of life. But you know, I was running on borrowed time when it came to training for the Houston Marathon. Unfortunately, you know, I run at night, early in the morning, sleep deprived. You know, couldn't sneak in runs, continuous clip. Had to split them up. So, yeah, I think it was very tough trying to find all the time to do that. I mean, I was training, I think after 2 weeks, I was training like 8 or 9 hours that weekend. Carving that time out was a challenge, you know, so I'm very glad that I'm gonna have a break, at least from marathon running. Half marathon running and shorter races, I think I'll, you know, hop in there or continue training maybe at a 20 to 30 mile weeks, and kind of feel how it goes. So, and we'll see how it goes training for the shorter distance, like a half marathon. It's been a while since I've done that. So, but I think what's important is keeping some level of a routine, because for the last 2 weeks I took a 2-week break, didn't even run. But honestly, like, I'm not sure if it feels any better or worse running or not running, because mentally speaking, you know, work is still hard. You know, and raising Zach is also obviously a very important but also tiring job. So I don't think I feel less tired doing those things, which tells me that running is an outlet and it helps me keep in sync, and carving out time is important, because otherwise, you know, I don't really feel much better not doing it. So yeah, key is to make it a routine. Like my dad says, keep good habits. All right, well anyway, see you for the next one.